Good morning. Okay, if you watched my last video, I talked about walking later in the day. Well, I started today at 11, and we will get into that at the end of the video. Since I do a lot of walking videos right now, until I'm able to produce some more adventures, I'm gonna call these, as I do my walking workout, the thought that comes to mind. And today's thought happens to be about sports. So how many sports fans do I got out there right now? If you're watching this video, leave in the comments if you're a sports fan. I got a lot of friends that get into football, basketball, and some get into baseball. Yeah, and I got some friends, when they watch the game on the TV, they like to yell at the TV, get up and stomp around, and have a total hissy fit. Now, as a kid, my mother put me into football. Yeah, I played football in high school. And to be honest with you, I never really liked it. So I'm gonna go on record right now and say, let's stop for a minute. I don't get into football, no. I don't get into watching it. I don't get into basketball. I do like baseball, but I don't ever really care to watch the games on TV or listen to them on the radio. I do like to watch a softball game every now and then. That's about it. I've tried to get into games. I have. I mean, I even went so far back when I was in my early 20s, basically having a party. I believe the 49ers and the Bengals were playing, and I had a party. I even had my paint on my face to represent my team at the time, which was the Bengals. And we had a football, oh my God, Mike, think. We had a good old party, right? And I tried. I honest to God tried. I just couldn't really get into it. It never caught my attention. Now, I got a couple friends that follow all sports. They follow basketball all year long. They follow football, and, well, very few of them follow baseball. I try basketball too, y'all. By the way, I even tried to play some basketball. I'm just never any good. I was good at football, believe it or not, but I just don't really care to watch them. If the viewfinder gets a little bit drizzly, it's because it's drizzling out here right now. Weather is just shite. I tried. I wanted to be so much like my friends. I wanted to feel like I fit in whenever football season came around. I really did. I got a lot of friends that basically sit there and even pick their teams. They were so into it. And when football season come around, you know, they'd be talking about the game, and I'd be like, yeah. Acting like I'm into it as well, but I never really was. I used to think something was wrong with me. I'm like, come on, Michael, you played it as a kid, you know? And even I used to play street football too. Oh my God, you all play street football? No, it was not smart. The football field is where I walk sometimes, where we used to play street football. And we used to have people from the town above us, some friends of ours, come down, and a bunch of us, and we get out there and tackle each other. No helmets, no shoulder guards, no nothing. And it will get bloody. Oh yeah. I didn't mind playing that, to be honest with you. I did enjoy that. But that's about it. I never got into it watching it on TV. But a lot of my friends do, and a lot of my friends like to get up and stomp their feet, get all angry when they think a play is called wrong or something. I try, man. I do. Now, with everything I just told you, let me tell you this. Before I go any further and tell you what I was going to tell you, for me to watch a basketball game or a football game, now I might be able to handle some of a baseball game, very little, but for me to watch football and basketball, it was like watching paint dry on the wall. It was so, I did not enjoy it. I truly did not enjoy it. And I didn't understand why they would why they get so excited like they did. Okay, now it's time to tell you. Yeah, got a little confession. Back, I'm guessing, I don't even know if it was quite a year ago. I don't rightfully remember. I found something on TV, and it's called BattleBots or Battling Robots. It has a couple different names. And guys, I got to watching that, and I got hooked. Now, I found these on demand on our cable. Now, I think there was something like 8 seasons. I may be wrong. So after I started getting into, I think, my 3rd season of it, because what I would do is I would basically binge watch them when I could. When I had my downtime, what I call my dead time, I would watch the BattleBots. Guys, I started acting like I was watching football like my friends did. I started getting aggravated. I started yelling at the TV. I get up and stomp my feet and say, oh, that's bull. And then I use the S word. Now, sometimes when my friends would watch their football games, we'll stop for a second. I'll tell you why at the end of the video why I'm stopping so much. Because sometimes my friends will watch the football games. They will say, oh, that was a total upset. Did not see that play coming. Did not see that coming with that player. And they look over at me and say, Mike, what do you think? I say, yeah, you're right. Not knowing a damn thing about the player. Not knowing what happened. Because I really wasn't paying attention to what they're watching. But guys, I've done that in the BattleBots. You know, a bot come out there, a really tough bot to beat and lose, and I was like, oh man, that's a total upset. You know, for the longest time, I honestly thought something was wrong with me because I didn't get into sports. Just about everybody I know gets into sports. Let's stop for a little bit. Just about everybody. And I was always afraid to tell my friends, or if I meet somebody, and this happens a lot, especially when I'm fishing. You know, we meet somebody and they'd be like, did you catch the game, man? I said, yeah, I sure did. Wow. I was always afraid to say, well, I don't get into sports. I was always afraid they would think less of me for it. True. That is the truth. But when I found BattleBots, I caught myself in the excitement, in the moment, like my friends do with football and basketball. You know, I caught myself saying and doing the same things they do. And I remember one particular night I got up, I stomped my foot, I said, that is completely crap, yelling at the TV like an idiot. And my wife's like, Michael, you know what? You're acting the same way you do when they watch a football game. I was like, holy smokes. And she's like, this is your football. So I'm not so different after all. It's just that I didn't find the particular sport I like. Now, is BattleBots or whatever, it's got a couple names. BattleBots or robots. Is that considered a sport? I like to think it is, yes. At least the guys that own the robots think it is somewhat of a sport. I never thought in a million years I would get into it so much as I did. Now, see, where I live for football is the Bengals. And see, I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we're not too far from Cincinnati, Ohio. So this is Bengal country here, guys. Yes, that is the football team everybody roots for. Is the Bengals. And I got a story about that. When I was a younger kid, the Bengals used to practice every now and then in Cincinnati. And me and a couple other friends of mine used to watch them practice. Yeah, we was able to stand at the top of the wall and look down and watch the Bengals practice. Of course, that was back in the 70s. Now I'm caught up with the BattleBots. I'm still waiting for them to come out with new episodes. I hope they do. So I'm caught up for now, and what I probably do is, when they come out with new episodes, I let a couple of them get on demand before I watch them. And will I stand up and yell at the TV? Probably. Would I probably curse when I think things ain't going my way? More than likely, I'll probably say some unchoice words, yeah. But I will never ever think I'm different ever again from people that watch football games or basketball games. I am no different. It's just a sport to me is different. Now I do like NASCAR too, but I don't watch it as much as I would BattleBots. I like dirt track racing more than NASCAR. As far as baseball goes, I would love to play a baseball game. I do like baseball, I do. I like playing it, and like I said before, I like watching softball. But to watch it on TV, no. And when I was a kid, I had been to a baseball game. It was a doubleheader. My brother-in-law, Dave, took me to my very first baseball game, and I don't know if I enjoyed it or not because I was just a kid. So guys, leave it down in the comments. Do you get into sports? Do you get into football, basketball, baseball? I mean, did you get into BattleBots? Because honestly, I was very happy to find out that there is a sport out there that gets me all riled up and gets me into it as much as my friends get into baseball or football and basketball. Because you guys have no clue. I thought something was wrong with me. That's the God's truth. And I was so ashamed, so afraid to tell them I didn't get into it because I didn't want them to think I was different. Now, even till this day, I have told a few people I don't get into sports. I do own up to it now, but on occasions, I will run into that individual, and sometimes it's usually when I'm fishing. They say, "Did you catch that game?" Well, what do you think about this? They mentioned something has to do with football, and I will bluff it off. Yeah, and Angie looks at me and says, "Some you tell you don't get into sports, but others you don't. Why?" I said, "I don't know, Angie. He's a guy like me. I don't want him to think less of me." True. Now, I am getting better. I probably will tell anybody. Ask me if I get into sports, I'll probably tell them the truth. I'm working on that. All right. Let me tell you why I'm stopping so much as I'm walking. Well, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, back about, I don't know if it's been a total 2 weeks yet or not. I ain't really timing it. I pulled my back out real bad. Well, my back still hurts, but a good portion of the day it doesn't. It hurts a lot when I get up off the couch or when I get out of bed. In other words, when I sit too long, then it starts hurting. I try not to do that. But I also have what they call sciatica, if I said that right, in places back there as well. My butt cheeks feel it. Yes. So, in order for me to get my laps in, and I said this once on one of my walking videos, I will stop and I will rock back and forth. That's enough to ease the pain a little bit where I could get another lap. Now, I could always basically say, "Oh, God, I got a little bit of pain, Mike," and go home. No, it ain't gonna do me no damn good. No. And it's okay if some people do that. I'm not judging. But I'm not them. I won't do that. Unless the pain is so intense, so freaking, then I might have to do that. And sometimes that's happened. So, leave it down in the comments, guys. What's your sport? And Stormy is pulling me like a son of a gun. I mean, she wants to go home. All right, I guess we done. Got my mileage in. Once I get to my car, I got the miles, and then I set it out on what to do today. And today is a very busy day for me. Holy. No sooner than I get home and take off my walking shoes and put on my other shoes and change me clothes, I'm going to be busy for the rest of the day. But it's okay. It happens like that sometimes. All right, I'm going to get me a drink. Get ready to go home. Leave me comments down below. What's your favorite sport? And do you get into BattleBots too? Come on. Let's get out of here. We see you in a couple days, or we might just see you the very next day. Thanks for watching.